Okay, Heatsink here, and so I've got a very rare opportunity here. I've got a ASI BAC2000 controller and a BAC4000 controller. Okay, so the BAC2000 controller is going to go bye-bye, so that's why I wanted to shoot this video before I gotta send it back to Electric Race Technologies. So these are two Electric Race Technologies BAC controllers, okay? The one on the right is the BAC2000. The one on the left is the BAC4000. Okay, so we're gonna do some. This is a comparison video between the ERT BAC2000 and 4000. So obviously, the first difference is dimensionally. Okay, the BAC4000 looks significantly bigger than the 2000. Okay, it's not twice as big, but it's, you know, you can definitely tell it's big. So the controller parts are this right here and this right here, and they have their brackets already installed. So I left the brackets on there. Okay, I'm probably gonna just I don't know how Alan wants it, so I'm probably gonna keep my aluminum homemade bracket here. This is so here's a little info on the BAC2000. This is the one. I'm upgrading from the BAC2000 to the 4000. Okay, the BAC2000 is a 200 amp, rated at 200 amps, okay, while the BAC4000 is rated at 430 amps. Stock, that's a stock power, okay. With the ERT tuning, you can extract a little bit more out of it, okay. That's the plus in the BAC2000 Plus. You can extract 225 out of this bad boy, okay. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my BAC2000 first, okay? So this is not a stock ERT BAC2000, okay? In that all the mounting stuff is a little bit different. I have this homemade aluminum bracket I made here. I patterned it after the ERT bracket, except it's aluminum. It's thinner. It's a little bit heavier from what I remember, because when I made this, I compared it to the original ERT bracket, okay? The one that was on this was cracking, so I went and made a new one. Okay, so there it is. There's the top view right here, side view right there. It's much thinner. The aluminum bracket is much thinner than the ERT bracket. The ERT bracket is very thick. It has to be thick to make it stronger. Okay, the aluminum is a stronger material. Okay, it transfers heat better too, by the way. Okay. So yeah, there it is. This is designed, I drilled this so the controller will be sucked up more into the motor, okay? You can see also I labeled all the lugs to mount the phase wires, the motor phase wires, and the battery wire, okay? The black and the red are the battery wires, so these guys here. And then these are the 3 phases, okay? Same thing with the BAC4000. Exactly the same. They're a little bit closer on the 2000, that's for sure. You get a little more space to put the wires on the BAC4000. These ones are really close. In fact, we can measure that right now. So I'm gonna do all my measurements in inches, okay? So those of you, you're gonna have to do like a metric conversion if you want metric. Sorry, yeah, I'm just gonna do it in inches because we're in America. Okay, we use inches. Okay, so the distance between the lugs, from the little protector plate right here, protector ribs, we've got 1/2 inch. Okay, it's 1/2 inch spacing. Okay, whereas the BAC4000 has, wow, like an inch. Oh, it's 3/4 inch. Okay. So I'd imagine probably the BAC8000 is probably like an inch wide. I'm not sure, dude. But the bolts are exactly the same. The bolts look exactly the same. The mounting lugs actually look a little bigger. So let's go take the U ones out. You know, ASI BAC is trying to do really in-depth anything we can compare on the controller, okay, type of thing. So we'll take a look at the two mounting hardwares also. They look exactly the same. Okay, they're 8.8 grade. They're 8mm. The heads are 8mm. I don't know. Okay, it uses a locking washer and a flat washer. Okay, they're exactly the same hardware. Okay, at least from ERT, that's how it comes. Okay, so there's that one, and there's this one. You can identify what colors to put on by these little stickers here. It's kind of weird. They're not freaking straight. This one's a little bit higher, and then it gets lower, and then these ones look lined up, and then this one looks like so. This, for whatever reason, the red one is up there more. Where these ones are yeah, this one kind of goes up and down, up and up again. Okay, so I think Alan had put these on by hand or something. So I'm not sure, man. I don't even know. Does it come that way from ASI? I'm not sure, dude. Okay. So let's go measure the lugs where you mount the thingies, the wires on. We've got 0.37 inches. Okay. Where in the BAC4000 we've got 0.5, half an inch lugs. So definitely the mounting surfaces for the wires, I just call them lugs, is larger. Okay, so it's got more surface area. Just, you know, it could move more power, I guess. It's more meaty. Like I said, the BAC4000 is more meaty. Okay, so some kind of other exterior differences. The ERT sticker is right here in the center, whereas the ERT sticker is kind of like on the bottom left. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put these back up. They're both 8.8 grade, by the way. Good stuff. I haven't had any problems with the wires coming loose at all, so it's good. Okay, so here you got your two. These are all the harness connectors right here. Same exact ones, same exact order for the wiring lugs. Okay, except like I mentioned, these have bigger pads and they're spaced farther apart because I guess you get more room to work with. Okay. Okay, so let's go get some dimensions. Okay, so BAC2000. Oh yeah, also we're going to talk about the difference in my BAC2000. So yeah, I made this aluminum bracket. And then I made this heatsink here, okay? So I had to drill the holes on the side here to mount this, okay? That's ASI BAC's homemade work, okay? And I'm going to tell you this now. A lot of people were laughing at ASI BAC saying, well, you know, that piece of junk isn't going to do anything, and it makes a big difference, okay? It keeps your BAC2000 nice and cool, okay? It lets it shed heat better. Now, could it be better? Yeah, it could be, because like look at what ASI BAC did to do it. I freaking melted it when I made these mounting tabs. Okay, but so far it has been running spectacular. Okay, I haven't had anything coming out either. Looks good. It definitely looks homemade though. I'll tell you that now. I had to do a lot of cutting. These cutting reliefs are for the fender, so the fender don't hit the heatsink when under full compression. Okay. Also, there is some heatsink grease slathered all over everything. There is a secondary heatsink here also. Okay, so basically I had a very long heatsink that I cut, and then I flipped it over and I drilled holes in it. You can see the holes right here. Okay, and then I bolted it back onto it, so we can have, you know, I can make use of that space underneath it. So if I do plan to use this heatsink on the BAC4000, I'm going to have to ditch the secondary heatsink, which is fine. It's you know, it's not as effective as the other one. Let's actually see if we can fit this heatsink on the BAC4000. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you can. You definitely could, but it'll stick out. It'll still stick out the bottom a little bit. So one thing I could do is I could grind it. I can chop the heatsink even more so it'll just fit the heatsink part, okay? I would also have to grind. I would also have to grind this part too. I would have to grind this. So that's one of the modifications I had to do with the BAC2000 to get it to fit the heatsink, is I had to grind the edges flat so this thing would clear. Okay. Yeah. Definitely, it looks cool with the heatsink though. I'll tell you that. It looks like an amplifier, an amplifier for like a subwoofer or something. Okay. It's definitely much thicker with the heatsink. Okay, so let's take a look at that side profile. Okay. They look like they're the same. The controllers themselves look like they're the same thickness. Let's go measure the controller. Okay. So the controller, BAC4000 is, okay, 1.5 inches, okay, while the BAC2000 is, well, we want to go heatsink to yeah, exact same, 1.5 inches, so they're exact same thickness, okay, so that's good. Yeah, that means it'll fit nicely. Let's go measure the lengths. So I'm just going to measure the blue and orange parts, okay? I will exclude the brackets because the brackets are different. It'll be kind of an approximate. Okay. We got about 5 inches right there, okay? So the BAC2000 is 5 inches in length, okay? Whereas the BAC4000, oh boy, I don't think my caliper will fit. No, it doesn't fit. Okay, hold on. Let me go get a ruler. I got a ruler. Okay, here I got a ruler. We'll just use the ruler first for this one, since it's so long. Okay, it's just under 7 inches. Yeah, just under 7 inches. I would say that's 7.8 inches. Okay. No, wait. What did I say? Did I say just under 7? Yeah. So it's about 6.8 inches, okay? Whereas this one is 5. So this is almost 2 inches longer. Almost 2 inches longer, BAC4000. Okay? Can you imagine, like, it's really, it's not even twice as long, but it is capable of outputting more than twice the current, okay? Twice the power. 430 versus 200 amps. It's amazing. Okay, so let's go do the width now. Width measurement, and then we'll weigh it. The width should be the same. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, we've got 4.464 inches. I would call that 4.5 inches almost, I guess. Almost 4.5. And the BAC2000 is exactly the same, okay? All right, so what have we found out? Dimensionally, the only difference between the BAC2000 and 4000 are that the BAC4000 is longer by almost 2 inches, okay? Other than that, all the dimensions are the same, okay? Let's go measure the heatsink, the length of the heat sinks, just the aluminum parts that's sticking out the bottom. So here's the heatsink length. We'll just do the length. I'd imagine like everything else is pretty much the same. The heatsink length is 4.3 inches, okay? It's 4.28, we'll round up to 4.3. Okay, so this one, let's measure this right here. Oh my god, it doesn't fit. Oh yeah, it does perfectly. It's 6 inches, exactly, almost. Nice. So it's 6 inches, okay? So definitely that heatsink, was it 4.3? Yeah, 4.3 versus 6. The heatsink is much bigger. It's almost, yeah, it's like about 2 inches bigger, so it makes a difference. Hopefully it'll make a difference. Because Heatsink not planning to put the heatsink on this. If it runs fine without the heatsink, then we won't put the heatsink on it, okay? But we'll see. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna check is the weight. Okay, so let's go move it over to this other stool right here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go weigh how much everything is. I will do it with the heatsink on there, okay? Yeah, I'll do it with the heatsink on there. So with the ERT BAC2000 with the heatsink, weighs 3 pounds 13 ounces, okay? 3 pounds 13 ounces. The heatsink probably doesn't weigh a whole lot, man. Well, the ERT BAC4000 weighs 3 pounds 4 ounces. Was it 3 pounds 4 ounces? What the heck? It almost weighs the same. This is actually heavier. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. Okay. The BAC2000 weighs freaking, it's heavier than the BAC2000 with the heatsink is actually heavier than the BAC4000 without the heatsink, okay? So when I get this heatsink off, we'll go weigh it again, okay? So but I don't want to take it off right now. I have to clean it up. I have to clean off all the grease and stuff off of it, okay? But yeah, so it's actually heavier by like, what is it, 9 ounces almost. So it's crazy. It's smaller, but it's heavier. Okay. So there you go. There's one of the drawbacks of having a heatsink. Also, my aluminum bracket weighs a little bit more than the plastic bracket, okay? All right, here's Meg here. So we're gonna go weigh the BAC2000. So I'm gonna add this clip to the when we were comparing the BAC2000 and 4000. I had the BAC2000 fully kitted out with the heatsink and everything, and my custom bracket and all that stuff. So that actually added weight to it. So we found out it actually weighed more than the 4000, but I don't believe it. There's no way that could be, right? So I'm gonna weigh it right now, and it's 2 pounds 3.4 ounces. So it almost weighs as much as the BAC4000. All right. So I'll put a subtitle below how much the BAC4000 weighed in this video compared to the when we weighed it 4000 before I put it on the bike. Okay. I don't remember if it was the brackets with the brackets or not, but I mean you can just put with the brackets. There's one bracket. One of the good things about these brackets is they're not very strong, but they're not very heavy. They're very, very light. Okay, so it weighs pretty much 2 pounds 6 ounces, 5.8 ounces. So we'll call that 6 ounces with the brackets on there. Okay, not bad. Okay, so we'll compare that to the BAC4000. But yeah, I think, you know, weight is not a penalty. Weight is not really a factor when deciding between the 2K and the 4K, man. It's like, I don't know how much the 8000 weighs compared to the 4000 because that thing looks massive. I don't know how much. It would be an interesting thing to compare the 4000 to the 8000. So if Hades ever gets an 8000, I guess we'll find that out, okay? All right, so that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm gonna go box it up, and then that's it. Yeah, I think Alan just wanted just the controller, so that's how I'm gonna do it. All right, here's me out. Okay, so yeah, I think those are pretty much the only all the comparisons we can make just by looking at it. Okay, so these are a little closer. This is longer. Okay, but everything else is the same dimensions. This is actually heavier with the heatsink. Interesting to note, but yeah, it's got extra hardware bolted to it. It's got a heatsink here, and it has a aluminum bracket right here. Okay, so all that I'll tell you this: all this extra stuff I bolted onto it, though, it made a big difference in the way it performed, and you know, its ability to shed heat and all that stuff. It didn't overheat as much, so it definitely works. Okay. Okay, yeah, and then all the lugs are the same. The terminals here, the little pads where the wires hook up, are actually wider. Okay, we found that out. They're bigger than the ones on this. Okay, but all the mounting hardware is the same. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Let's go take a look at the. Oh yeah, there's a heatsink on this one. So okay, we can't do that one yet. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Those are the bottoms. This is with the this Hades Omega spec heatsink. And that's just the way it is. It's just, that's the heatsink. It's just that flat piece of metal there. Why they don't make heat sinks for the, why ASI doesn't make heat sinks for this thing, I don't know. They should. they should make them because they get also Hayes Mega put the colors over here, so just in case I lost the color things. So I didn't really need to do that. I'm just probably going to get some alcohol and wipe off all this marker stuff I wrote in. Okay, when I return it to Electric Race Technologies. Okay, there it is. So that is the difference between the BAC2000 and the BAC4000. Since I had them here, okay. It's actually longer with the heatsink also, by the way. Yeah, let's measure that. So this one, let's do like the overall measurements. Okay, so this guy is a little more than 8. It's about 8 1/4 inches. Okay, yeah, 8 1/4 inches. While this one is wait. Where did I measure? I measured it from here for the whole thing, right? 8 1/4 inches. Yep. Okay, this one is I know he's making us nerding out on all this stuff. This is 9 inches, so it's actually a little bit longer, just a little bit, not that much. Okay, so all right, so yeah, that's the comparison of the BAC2000 versus the 4000. This is Hades Omega's BAC2000 with the heatsink that he made for it. This one was actually heavier than this one, but I think if we take the heatsink off, it should be lighter. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so when I get the heatsink off, I will make another. We'll shoot another video and we'll note the measurement, the weights, and then that'll be it for the comparisons. Okay, so really, this is just longer. That's it. This one is just longer and it's more powerful. Okay, it's got a longer. It also has a longer heatsink, so that should help also. Okay, other than that, they're pretty much the same. Okay, except this one puts out 200 amps and this one puts out 430 amps. Okay, that's more than double. So okay, so here's something interesting I found out. The if you look here on the sticker here on the label, okay, there's the label. BAC2000 CAN BT, 36 to 72 volts, 220 amps. Oh, this is 220 amps. That's funny. On the spec sheet it said 200. This says 220 amps. So this leads me to believe this BAC2000 there's something different about this BAC2000 compared to the one that's on their website. This one is rated at 220 amps, okay? So, he's maybe just found something interesting right here on this. On the little sticker here, it says 220 amps, okay? 36 to 72 volts. This one says 36 to 72 volts, 430 amps, okay? So it's not actually twice as powerful. It's just a shy of twice as powerful. That's what it say, okay? So there's the part numbers. Part number is PC. It's a 45X and this is a 48X, okay? The firmware is a 90 with all X's for this one here, the BAC2000, and then this one says a 90 but the last is 279. So the firmware, I don't know, I think the firmware is probably newer on this one. I'm not sure. So there's also, okay, so here's the most interesting part I noticed between the two, is that this one is made in Vietnam, okay? The BAC4000 is made in Vietnam, and the BAC2000 is made in China. Oh, interesting, right? So, just, it's made somewhere else. They look pretty much the same though. Hopefully in China they make it to the same spec as they do in Vietnam. That's what I'd say, okay? So one of them is from Vietnam, and one of them was made in China. So that's some other interesting notes right there. But they look roughly the same. So hopefully ASI is make sure they're supervising they're wherever they're having these made. Okay. All right. So yeah, for whatever reason, this one is made in China, and this one is made in Vietnam. Okay. And if you guys are wondering, ASI is a Canadian company. They're in Canada. So you got Canada, China, and Vietnam. Interesting stuff. And then I guess the brackets are made in America from Electric Race Technologies. Okay, so that's all the comparisons we could make. There will be an extra clip at the end of this video, and we will go throw the BAC2000 on this scale after I take the heatsink and all that stuff out. I have to clean this up, and then I have to get it ready to be shipped back to Electric Race Technologies. Okay? Okay, so thanks for watching. That's the comparison between the ERT BAC2000 and the ERT BAC4000. It's interesting to note that this is actually rated at 220 amps because it says it on the sticker right here. However, on their data sheet, it's rated for 200 amps. That's really interesting. But so with Alan's programming, he was able to unlock like 5 extra amps out of it because it's just 225 in the NXT display. So yeah. So but this one is 430 amps. So it's just shy of being half or twice as powerful. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching. Hey, it's very nerd out on BAC controllers. It was very entertaining for me. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have been entertained. All right. It's big out.